The Molokai is a paddleboard race from one island to another in Hawaii, so from Molokai to Oahu. You paddle 52 kilometres in open ocean, battling the winds and swell. In my sport, the Molokai is the pinnacle of what it means to be a waterman. Ollie Puddick, I'm a full-time professional firefighter, business owner and also a waterman. So at the moment, doing anywhere between 3 to 4 paddles a week. That could be like 10k minimum, and then up to sort of 30 kilometres each paddle. And then we're doing 2 swims a week, 3 runs a week, and then a couple gym sessions a week. So that's kind of the physical side. Mental side, I mean, it's a very, very long race. It could take anywhere between 5 to 6 hours, depending on how fast you're going. You really need to have the top 2 inches mentally, and that's kind of why I'm here today over the weekend with Woody, is to really, really hone in on those mental skills.
So if you think about the race, as soon as it starts getting really uncomfortable and you tether your mind to the end, it amplifies stress. So the whole thing is you just want to be process focused, right? If you're going through a difficult phase, it's just about being in that difficult time, being process focused and not letting your mind lash forward. This whole exercise is all about recovery. The most potent form of recovery is actually integrating things into the dynamic parts of training that prohibit you from working outside your capacity. So those are things like matching your breathing capacity to your cardiovascular capacity, having really good awareness around rate control in terms of your breathing, not losing technique and form once the stress comes in, and being able to maintain focus, not allowing your mind to latch to the end. And then what Ollie does at the end is he just lies down and he has 2 minutes. How quickly can he recover? You can shift from an energized state into a relaxed state, and you can train that. And so 2 minutes, Ollie went from being in a very upregulated, physiologically stressed state into a relatively calm state, just through the things that we've been integrating into his training over the last month.
It's about controlling, number one, your breathing, and then not focusing on kind of the end or the finished result. It's about focusing on the task at hand, so bringing yourself back to exactly where you are on the dunes or where you are in the race or that kind of thing, and just focusing on that. And then also definitely trying to control that breathing with not shallow short breaths, more of a kind of deep inhale, deep exhale. Bring on the rest of the day. I don't know what's going to happen next, but we'll see. You really need to be prepared for those kind of unexpected challenges. There's going to be times in the race where it's going to suck. You can't fight that. You just need to accept that and kind of be aware of those thoughts and those feelings, and know that you're right where you need to be.
There's no more noxious stimulus than cold water. It's going to activate those deep survival responses. And then we want you to work with the agitation and be able to dial it back, right? And you know how to do that now. It's just implementing the same things that you've been working on, but in a highly stressful environment. Whew! That's good control, man. You might find parts in the race where my breathing's just all over the place at the moment. Right, I'm just going to sit up, I'm just going to take 10 seconds and just recalibrate a little bit. On the board, what's the position you're spending most of your time in?
Hunched over, pretty much.
Yeah, and so the cool thing about that is you're using these a lot, right? So we don't want to tax these muscles in terms of breathing. So if you're shifting your breathing up into here, you're just using the same muscles that you're using for paddling. And so those will become fatigued quicker. The good thing about the position you're in is you have access to this.
Okay.
And actually the densest part of lung tissue, or the biggest part of lung tissue, sits right here. So if we can focus on these exercises and repeat this pattern thousands of times before the paddle, then when you breathe, that's going to be that ingrained pattern is going to be into this part of your that mind-body connection is going to be through to here.
Mobility is the ability to put yourself in a position with control. do some kind of contracting in your decompression stuff, so it's like taking your hips into extension because they're always in flexion, and then just like helping you decompress in regard to taking your body in the opposite position that you're always in, because then it will just like help loosen all that up. Inhale, exhale. That's it, bro. Active. Inhale, exhale. Good. And again. Good. All the way up. And last one, bro. Even though the stroke isn't rotating over here, it just builds the health of the joint so that when you stroke, you've got more range of motion, more tissue in the shoulder to pull, you know?
I feel like the Molokai is kind of that next test for me. The race is so physically and mentally demanding. You are out there on your own, no one else is going to paddle across that channel. Mother Nature's just so unpredictable and you never know what she's going to throw at you. It's going to call on everything, not only physical but mental as well. So you're really going to have to be switched on mentally and face those unknown challenges.